Hello, this is Captain Joe. Welcome to Petals from the Basket. Today is May 23rd, Saturday. We're reading through the Psalms. And of course, we would read Psalm 23 today, and it's everyone's favorite. It's my favorite. I hope it's your favorite too. David is saying about the Lord in Psalm 23 what he is and what he does. And he's using the illustration, of course, of a shepherd and the sheep. But he says, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. God will supply our needs as he is our shepherd. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. I've heard people say that sheep like still waters and green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. Thank God for his leading in our lives. And thank God for his restoration. Our souls need restoration, need strengthening. And so he says, he leads me beside still waters, he restores my soul, and he leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. We can either trust our own paths, but we can rely and trust on the God's path, which is a much better path. The way of the Lord is pleasure and righteousness for his name's sake. Now, not any of us want to go through the experience of death, but David says, even though I'm in the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. God is with us in the valleys, and particularly in the deep valleys, the shadow of death. The shadow has no substance. It just is a representation. You can't get your arm around it. You can't measure a shadow. And he speaks of death as a shadow. Thank God he's with us, not only in the mountains of our experience, but in the shadows of life. And then he says he will fear no evil. When God is our shepherd, we should fear no evil. We should fear God. It's not that we're afraid of God, but we should fear no evil. He says that his presence is with us. You are with me. Your rod and your staff comfort me. Those are two tools that the shepherd uses to guide the sheep and to keep the sheep going in the right direction. And then God supplies for us. Even in the midst of our enemies, David said, you prepared a table for me. You sit down, supply my needs. Even in the presence of my enemies, and God is abundant in his goodness and mercy to us. He anoints our head with oil, our cup overflows. And as we walk through life, we have two wonderful traits of God following us. If we look behind us, we've got God's goodness and God's mercy. We can look back. If God is our shepherd, we can say how God has led us. We don't know where the shepherd's going to lead us. We can trust his leading. And so all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. We have an eternal dwelling place. A wonderful psalm about God and what he does. And I hope you'll rejoice in Psalm 23 today. God bless you. Thanks for joining us. I'll see you tomorrow, the Lord's Day.